Alright, we're live. I'm going to show y'all how to play Binamon. It's a game on the blockchain, Binance Smart Chain, and it is an NFT game. It currently does not have controller support, but if you import it into Steam, you can use your Steam controller or PlayStation controller or Xbox controller as long as you enable it in Bluetooth. Simply go into your press Shift tab and it will bring up your configuration, and you can set your WASD controls to either your D-pad here or individual buttons, whichever you prefer. Escape is just going to pause it. It's handy. But basically, I'm assuming if you've gotten this deep into it, I'm assuming you already have your password set up. You go to your play2e.binamon.org, and you've already bought your NFTs somewhere. These are 11 of my NFTs. Some of these I've bought, some of these I've opened up in boosters. But I'm going to be playing with this one right here. It's a Power 1400, Class 7, Attack 5, Defense 60. And I paid quite a bit of money for that one. I suspect I'll probably get 20,000, maybe 25,000 or so, somewhere in that range, depending on how much I mess up. For every hit that you get, you lose time. You start out with 1 hour, and as time goes on, every hit you take, you lose time. So what you'll see is that as I progress through the levels, once I get to a certain level, I'll probably stop going after the big guys. I'll go after the wolves, so that I can rack up as many points as possible without losing time. So anyway, we'll go ahead and start here. Click sign in and paste your password from that website. And then you can see right here is that Class 7, Attack 5, Defense 6. So right here on the left, you're going to see it pop up. It's telling me that I have to, actually, let me pause this and change the video position so I can see just a little bit better. Let's try that. I need to be able to see the colors of what I'm fighting. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna be a little bit picky. Sorry. So you can see right there, right off the bat, I got 2 wolves. What I need to do is kill one, or I need to kill all of the bad guys in order to get the boss to come out. So that's what I'm doing right here. This is an ogre. That was a colossus. This is an ultra wolf. You'll notice the difference between the wolf and the ultra wolf because the ultra is just a little bit bigger. These rocks will cause you to lose time, so you want to avoid them if possible. I've noticed that I'm able to actually hit twice on some of these before the color rotates. That's real handy, and later on, right now I'm killing everything in one hit. This is a pretty decent card. Classes go all the way from 1 to 10. Attack goes 1 to 12, and defense goes anywhere from 10 to 100. Now, what I've noticed with class is that it modifies not just how much money you're going to get or how many points, but it also really modifies heavily how much your attacks actually penetrate their armor or whatever. I actually didn't need him. For example, a class 1 attack 10 is not going to be near as effective as a class 7 attack 10 or so on. This obviously is an attack 10, but I don't need a regular wolf. But you get what I'm saying. Right now, the price of Z1 is I've seen it go as low as 3 cents. I've seen it go as high as 10 cents. Right now they're doing buybacks where they're actually pumping quite a bit of money into Z1 right now, so the price is actually up pretty high. They've done like $160,000 buyback so far out of a planned like 600,000. So I suspect that this will keep the rate up for quite a while. Plus the amount of Z1 tokens that it takes to buy these characters is actually cheaper for the next week. It's half price because they're trying to stimulate people to buy more of these cards and keep things going. Right now, Binamon is early development, so this is what you're seeing right here is not the main game. This is actually a side game. The main game is not even an alpha yet. I suspect alpha will come out sometime Q4 of this year, 2021. I'm hoping that alpha comes out this year. They've raised quite a bit of capital to be able to develop it, so hopefully we'll see something. But in the meantime, this is kind of like a side game, if you will. This is what's called the Binamon Runner, and these are the alt characters that are able to play this game. And this is a play to earn concept, meaning that the more you play, the more you earn. And you can either use the money that you earn and buy more characters, level up your characters, or you can, obviously sell that money into real dollars and cash out. Currently, the level up system has not been implemented yet. It's called Energy, and there are Energy NFTs that you can purchase right now, and they're fairly cheap because again, Energy has not been implemented. So where you're probably buying any one of these Z1 characters, you're probably paying anywhere from 10 cents on the dollar to 20 cents on the dollar. Most of the stuff are in that 15 to 20 cents range, but if you're buying high algorithm cost stuff, you can find some for 10 cents. The Energy, on the other hand, Energy is so cheap right now. Even just buying the booster packs, I mean, you could probably get most of it for 2% algorithm costs. I mean, it's just really cheap. And so in theory, if you buy a whole bunch of Energy NFTs that go around with your class, you could in theory come out ahead, because you could level up your NFT to max attack, max defense. You can't choose whether it upgrades attack or defense. It's all random. But I would imagine that once you hit max on one, that it stops trying to upgrade that. I don't think now I'm able to get over quick enough. There are currently, because Energy is not implemented, they are allowing you to. I don't need another one. They are allowing you to stake your NFTs essentially and earn interest on those NFTs until I'm hoping until they fully implement the system. And what it is that you trade in that NFT for a certain currency, and then you can farm that currency. Today's interest rate is something like 2,000 APY or something like that. And you can get more energy, which allows you to get more NFTs, and in theory, hopefully, you can have a lot of cards to level up your characters. So that when the time comes, you're ready to go right out the gate. Looks like we need one more spider to get through this level. Typically with this character, I go through level probably 4 or 5, and then I just farm the wolves on that level. We'll see how I'm doing. Part of it's luck. You got to get the right characters to drop. You can see it's all random what's dropping right now. I need a spider, and we don't see any spiders dropping. So if I waste a lot of time on just going through here and not getting what I need, then I probably oh, there's a spider, nice. If I waste a lot of time, then I may stop at level 4 and just farm. Otherwise, I'll try to go ahead and get to level 5. As each level increases in difficulty, it takes more hits to kill them. It starts the colors rotate faster, and so it's very common to make mistakes the further you get in. I do like using the controller over the mouse. You can also use your WASD keys, to be able to map everything. I do like the controller. It did take me a little bit getting used to the colors being different than what you see on Steam, Xbox, or PlayStation. But once you start memorizing it, it gets a little bit easier. You're still going to make mistakes, but the more you play, the better you're going to get. So you can see right here so far, we haven't made too much money. You're not going to on those first levels. Don't expect to earn much. If you've got a small card, low level 1, level 2, class 1, class 2, don't worry about, you can't get that far into the game. If you look at what you paid for those cards, you're probably getting a decent return on your money, even if you only get to level 2 or 3, and you only get a couple thousand, 3,000 points or whatever. If you've got a class 1, you've done well to get as far as you've gotten and get what money you can get. And remember, you can always buy. You can either sell those on the open market, or if no one wants to buy them, you can always upgrade them with energy later on. To my knowledge, they will always be class 1s. I don't know that they will ever allow you to upgrade the class of the card, but you will be able to upgrade the attack and defense. And even a level 1, if you got a maxed out level 1, you can get pretty decently far into the game, considering the amount of money that goes into it. Some of those level 1 algorithm cards, I mean, if you had a absolute perfect card, it can probably, algorithm cost is probably north of, I don't know, maybe north of 10 grand or so. So if you're getting 10, 15, 20% algorithm cost on that, it's a good, decent amount of money. I don't need these, I just need bears and wolves. As time goes on, the amount of coins that it takes to purchase a booster pack does increase. The current price of getting a booster pack is 1,400 Z1 coins, plus 350 Binamon. Now, right now with the halving event special going on, it's 700 Z1 and 350 Binamon. So that does help, if you get out there and buy some right now. Each booster pack comes with 3 random NFTs. Sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you get crap. I've had it both happen. Where I put, right now today I had one where I put how much did I put in? It was like, I guess it was about $120 at today's booster pack rate. Is what I put in, and I didn't even get that in algorithm cost. And then in the next pack that I bought, I got probably triple that in algorithm cost. So it just depends on what you get. Sometimes you get even luckier than that. You know, I mean, if you get a $10,000-$20,000 card in that $120 pack, I mean, you know, you really do well. And those do happen. You know, I've had quite a few packs where I've had a $4,500 card, or you know, or better, land. Most of my super expensive cards I've purchased secondhand, um, but I usually only do that if I get just a really good deal. Um, you know, if you're into speculation, you can buy the Genesis NFTs instead of the Z1 NFTs. The only downside of that is that you know, the Genesis, you can't play them right now. These are only the Z1s that you can play, and but the Genesis, you know, you can get them cheap. I mean, if you sit there and you really look for it, you can get a 3% algorithm card. You know, I got the other day I got a $40,000 card at 3% algo. So that was nice. You know, I also got another one that at 3% algo that was it was a top 140 power card, so that was real nice. You just got to sit and chat and be willing to go through it. And when I say chat, I mean Discord. There's a Discord channel where you can trade Genesis NFTs, Z1 NFTs, Energy NFTs. Trying to see if a small wolf will drop here. So you can see I haven't had a ton of time come off of this just yet. You know, this was only the third level, about 16, 17 minutes in, and you know, this is showing 42 minutes left. There we go. There's a small one. You gotta be careful. Sometimes you got enemies hiding right behind the boss, so you gotta pick the right lane so that you don't get sabotaged last minute. Nice, caught him. You can see I'm starting to double tap there at this point, trying to get as much attack as I can before that color rotates. I don't need any more giants. Gotta be careful on some of these more powerful cards in the earlier stages. If you start killing enemies too fast, it'll yell at you, tell you you're killing enemies too fast. They do, obviously, there are people that bought this, there are people that hacked this. If you cheat and they catch you, they will disable your NFTs and ban you. They are, you know, not very fond of that, obviously. The mechanism that they mostly implement to prevent people from being able to hack this and cheat for right now, because there's money involved when you win, what they've done is they've capped the most amount of points that you can win in a run at 50K. I suspect at some point when they get some type of anti-cheat mechanism in here, they will lift that, you know, over 50K, but they don't want someone coming in and minting, having them mint a whole bunch of coins and causing an economic crisis, which I completely understand. It sucks for people that are buying, high algorithm cards, because they're not really getting the full benefit of their cards yet. But I would suspect, since they've got some. I mean, some of these algorithms are just ridiculous. I mean, they go for north of $1 million on some of these now. I mean, no one's going to pay that when you can only make 50,000 points in a run. But I saw one Z1 card today actually that went as high as $2 million. It was like 2.4 million or something like that. It was ridiculous. That wasn't what he was asking. That was just what the algorithm was. And algorithm just means, the rarity of that card, about how much money would you have to spend to get something with those stats, essentially. That obviously changes depending on the currency of the day. That fluctuates, but it gives you a baseline when you're buying stuff on the market to understand, okay, how much, if I was just buying boosters, how much would I have to spend to get something like this. The amount of money you make per day changes daily, because what it is that I believe right now they're giving out 500,000 Z1 coins a day, and it's like a pool of coins. So however many people make points in that day, they divide that by 500,000, and that tells you how many, for every so many points you make, you get one Z1 token. I think the current going rate is somewhere around 450 points to one Z1 token. Of course, I suspect that'll change. When I first started, it was closer to about 250. Now it's 450. That will probably get worse as time goes on until they increase that number. They have said that they intend to increase that number, but obviously right now they're not going to do that until they finish stimulating the Z1 price, and they've got to stabilize it. It's a brand new game. Play to earn is it's a fairly new concept. Axie is really the one that paved the way for the whole industry to start this process. Axie's sold over $2 billion in NFTs, and it's a brand new industry, and they've just blown open. And so this game just came out. I mean, the main game's not even it's pre-alpha. It's not even out yet. So I mean, this industry's new. This is a new fairly new blockchain compared to Ether. This is on the Binance Smart Chain, whereas Axie is on Ether. And but Ether, you're going to pay crazy gas fees, to get your money. And so that's why a lot of people are starting to migrate over from Axie, from other games, because they don't want to pay, if you make a few $100 a month or whatever you're making, you don't have to pay, $20-30 or more to get your money out in gas fees. And that's what you got to do in Ether versus Binance Smart Chain. You're looking at a few bucks. It's not near as bad to get your money out. You start seeing a lot of these NFT games migrating over to Binance Smart Chain and other chains that are just cheaper gas fees. So this is the level that, sometimes I stop at this level, sometimes I keep going. I'm right at 11,000 points. I got 25 minutes. I'm going to attempt to start going, but obviously if I start getting losing a lot of time, then I may just end up canceling that and staying here. Here's big bad boy. Nice. Nice. You know, it's funny, sometimes you do the big ones perfectly and then the little ones get you, or in my case I just start talking and stop paying attention. I lost 2 minutes on that one hit. I mean, that was a big hit. You know, and this is a high class. It's, you know, decent attack, mediocre defense. You know, on a lesser class, lesser defense. I mean, that hit could have taken off 10 minutes. You know, that's why a lot of people, when they get to this blue stage, you know, they stop. And they just focus on the wolves, because when the wolves hit you, you know, they don't really take off much time. You still get decent amount of coins, decent amount of points. You know, 2 minutes is a lot of time. You know, hopefully I can kill the rest of the bears and not get stuck. Sometimes these guys, they will actually corner you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you know, they may have 3 colossus that you know, they just jump you basically, and there's nothing you can do, and you got to fight them off, and you know, you're gonna lose a lot of time on those if you get hit. I guess that's their way of cracking down on you know, people just farming the small animals. Alright, just bears and regular wolves. There's a bear. Keep in mind, if you're running this on Steam, you can stream it to your iPad or your cell phone. If you're away, you know, especially if you've got your controller, you can Bluetooth link your controller to your cell phone or iPad or Android, and you know, you can play that way. There is a little bit of lag, but it's not terrible. Usually you can get away with it. Alright, one more wolf. There it is. Alright, here's Big Bad Ugly. If he hits me, I'm probably going to lose about 5 minutes, so let's see how we do. Nice. You always lose a minute with the boss. I don't know why it is. Every time it must be a bug in the software, but whatever. Every time I get to the next level, it always gonna lose a minute. Alright, I'm not going to continue to advance at this point. I'm just going to focus on getting the wolves. You can see the amount of the points that I'm going to get. It goes up pretty substantial even for wolves, and they really don't take off much time. So this is a good scenario for me, unless I get you know, jumped by 3 colossus or something, or some ogres or whatever. I'm probably going to get some decent points on this run. At this point, we're 30 minutes in. I've got 16 minutes left, so I have lost some time, but it's not terrible. Looks like the lighting of this monitor with the blue level is making me look blue. I need a better light. I'll have to put up with it. Hello, say hi to the camera. That's up to you. I can't eat, I'm playing. But I will eat in about 15 minutes or so. Thank you. Looks good. Let's see, we're having some meat. Looks pretty good. Pretty good, sirloin. Some pasta and veggies. Starting to corner me a little bit, but able to get around them. If I have to choose the lesser of two evils, the spider is going to not hit as hard as a bear, but the bear is going to be slower to attack. So as long as I'm perfect, I can get away with a bear. But I'd rather get hit by a spider. So you kind of gotta choose there. If you get cornered by spiders and bears. The bears really aren't that hard. I probably could take out quite a few bears perfectly. But I know the second I do that here, I'm gonna mess up. Because I'm on video. I might just take out a few bears and spiders. That way I can go ahead and eat. But this run, if I didn't do that, I'd easily get, I don't know, probably 22, 23K on this run, maybe more. Let's see here. Definitely not gonna take on an ogre. Ogre hits hard. Giant hits hard. I'll do a spider here for you. Ah, dang it. See, you lost a minute there. Let me try that again. You do get quite a few more points killing spiders. Don't get hit. bear here. Yeah, 1 minute. So you just gotta adapt to whatever, whatever you can do. If you are able to, not mess up, and and keep in mind, the higher defense the card, not only the less time are you gonna lose if you mess up, but I feel like you have more time to press the button you need to press. So you just got to assess your current card, your current class, because I think class factors in there too. And you got to factor in your skill level. If you're really good and you can not mess up, then you can get some really high runs. Some guys, make it all the way to 50K, and with cards that are equivalent with this. If you keep going and you ran perfect, maybe that could be you. Alright, made 25K points, closing in on that all-time high. I don't even know what my all-time high is. I think it's like 26, 27K, something like that. Yeah. Not paying attention. $27K. Oh. Thinking about that food, not thinking about what I'm doing. Alright, about to hit 28. Let's see here. 28.5. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Hope that helps y'all out. Let me know if y'all have any questions in the comments. Take care.